Hello, now we are doing it now. Sorry about last time. I was messing with the audio settings and left some karaoke setting on. Well, I guess that sounded not so good. So here are a few minor modifications from last time. Another copy of Obsessive Skinner. Another copy of Kindly Stranger. What else? Another copy, just open it. Another Cultivator's Caravan. I think it's great for this sort of deck. One Appetite for the Unnatural. Like this better than the Reclamation Sage because Reclamation Sage is just for the sake of destroying enchantments, and this is an instant, so we have the option of casting that on other times. Also, Either Hubs has gone and Warped Landscape is in. The other thing I miss, maybe the natural connection. Maybe, okay, let's do one final, just one tiny little bitsy modification. Just one natural connection and one less swell of growth. So if we get this natural connection, we might evaluate if we want which one is better given the situation. So let's go ahead and try to find some players. So I want to still quickly tune up what's going on. All right. Okay. Now we should be set. Hello. Something strange going on with the audio here today. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you hear what I'm saying. Alright, waiting for players, and here we go. Wish me luck. So, brand new deck. We're still working on it and trying out and checking how it performs. Let's see if we have a decent match. We're here. So remember, our key for the deck is to get the deathtouch mouth of the retreat to Hagra. And we are facing a high rank opponent. Yeah, pretty good opener. We are going to be able to set up a very quick aggression here. I think I'm going with the Woodland Cemetery. Probably going to follow up with the max shifting, not sure, but also Smuggler's Copter might happen next turn. So we have From Beyond. So I think this is a nice Smuggler's Copter turn. So opponent apparently with red, but no one drops. Let's see if this is an aggressive red deck. Next turn we can either play the Blister Pod or the Cormac Sweeping. So red blue and instant. This points to a prowess deck or a mill deck maybe. If this is a burn deck, we might run into trouble if the opponent starts killing all our little guys. But now here we go with the blister pod. Maybe I think I should have gone with the. Well, it doesn't matter too much. If we do not have the copter, it's better to go with the bat here. But the copter is going to be used to draw the first card and discard one from our hand. Okay, let's get rid. Well, one of the Evolving Wilds I think we can get rid because the forest is going to let us drop the Swiftwing this turn. Yeah, I think this is okay. Another line of play is to try to set up to play From Beyond on next turn, but I think this is going to apply more pressure for the opponent. The copter is just so good. Now maybe he's running artifacts deck. That's a possibility. I like it. It's more original. He has a vehicle. Another bat. Very good. Bat has haste. So we can swing with every guy here. Maybe we want to block the caravan over there. We take 5, but I think we I say we attack with 2 on the air and leave this one as a potential blocker in case the opponent. So, getting out the forest. No. Okay, let's throw away the Evolving Wilds. And okay, the Evolving Wilds is a nice card to run along with the retreat to Hagra. But since we do not have it yet, I think my reasoning is that I want to have more lands in the deck, and playing the Evolving Wilds takes one of the lands from the deck, and well, maybe we want to draw into them or fetch them with other spell. So here the opponent has nothing. That's something. So Reckless Fire Weaver. So it is an artifacts deck most likely. So 1/3, and an artifact deals 1 to our face, and the opponent gains 2 thanks to this QT. So he's at 15, we are at 19, and he might crew this guy on next turn. Now, so we have the Swell of Growth here. If we send the Blister Pod into attacking, we can get rid of one of these guys. This is an AI that is not known for making wise blocks. Right, so this guy should block the caravan, and this is going to, I mean, we send this blocks caravan. No, I don't think we have to block, we can block the caravan like this. So it is this and this are going to attack, and this guy has the job of blocking caravan. Very good. So we can drop one of the from beyonds, I guess, and all the cards are good in this deck, so we have to make some sacrifice, and drawing and discarding is not that awful. Now let's see. So we have the pump up with the blister port. The opponent does not attack with the caravan, so he's scared of our hand, I think. Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, draw 2, gain 2 energy. So very strange indeed. And so here, okay, let's tap out and see if the computer decides to do something. Warped Landscape. So we hit with this and we discard. So yes, let's try to find the retreats. So we want to get their retreats as soon as possible. So let's send this guy to hit the opponent's face. And he crewed the caravan. Way! Yeah, we have another bat. Do we want the bat or the swamp? Okay, swamp is not required because we have the warped landscape, and the warped landscape pretty much does the same as the swell of growth in terms of the retreat that we still have not drawn There are 3 copies of the retreat to Hagra, the most that we can have. So one of them, 3 of these 44 are retreats. And now the opponent has found the Dynable Tower. This can target creatures and deal 3, paying 5 energy. So this is like a hybrid deck with energy and artifacts, but very passive. The guy, we are going to start producing these Eldrazi Scions. Now the Crypt Breaker is pretty good, I should say. Let's get the Swift Wind out. What else? If we can deal 6. Okay, I think I have little on my hands, thanks to the pump up. Not a very impressive match. Let's crew this guy. And I mean, let's crew the copter to the chopper. And right on the escape from the opponent is having some instant to kill one of our guys. That is quite unlikely if he hasn't already played that. Drunken Temple to the graveyard, and let's wait until the block stage. Nothing's going on. We buff the copter and game over. That was a case. So another victory, but without the retreat to Hagra. Oh, that's something. Okay, not what we wanted to test. So let's keep looking to see how good is actually that line of play. I could say that, I don't know, at least in my case, that Hagra trick is pretty dirty and would take me for surprise if I hadn't come up with that recently. Yeah, that's a very nasty line of play. Even if we grant menace to our guys, that makes the opponent, we force the opponent to block with 2 creatures. Yeah, nice but slow because we only have 2 lands. Let's go ahead with oh dear lord, how can we say no to having all the retreats in our hand? Okay, this is risky, we only have 2 lands, but come on. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Yeah, we need the 3rd land ASAP. Alright. This is promising. Now, what should I do? What do we begin with, the kindly stranger next turn, or the retreat, or perhaps something that we draw here? I think it's all up to if the next card is a land, I think we go with one of the retreats. Otherwise, we go with the kindly stranger. Okay, opponent with white and red. That might be problematic, but we have 3 of these kindly strangers. She's so nice, a little old lady that wants to share a moment, tell you about his life, but the moment you turn your eyes away, she becomes the demon-possessed witch. This is a Halloween card. I should have been played that yesterday. Now the 1/1. So the opponent running humans, he doesn't have green, so white-red humans apparently. So we have our land. Let's go. Therefore, we go with a retreat to Hagra. Yes, that's good. Now, I think I drop another one and land, maybe. Can we have too many retreats? Oh, always watching. we need our enchantment removal. We have just one copy, but if we get into that one now, I won't be mad. Let's see, another temple. So, this gets a +1/+count counter whenever the opponent drops another human. And let's imagine that he has, so this kindly stranger is not going to be able to trade. But if we don't play the stranger, what might happen is that the opponent plays instead of a creature something worse. So we kind of force the opponent to play a human creature this turn. And well, that might delay other plays. So I think it is maybe not the best option a posteriori, but a priori I think it's fine to play a creature here. Especially this one, because as soon as we get somehow the card types in the graveyard, we can kill any creature the opponent has, and so no human, but still the buff. He gained vigilance too. So if the always watching wouldn't be granting the vigilance, this one would still have it. Matter Shaper. Yeah, we could send this guy to attack, but alright, let's try. We have to deplete the opponent's hand, and I think attacking here is correct. He might trade if he has some removal or some sacrifice. Let's see. Opponent probably he's deciding if is it worth it to sacrifice this guy perhaps, or maybe spending a card to kill Kindly Stranger, or maybe he wants to save his cards for something more powerful. And this time the Matter Shaper is fine and a good trade with Thalia's Lieutenant. So if the opponent has Thalia, yeah, we give up on one activation from the retreat, but we play around Thalia because otherwise the Matter Shaper enters tapped and we cannot block for one additional turn. So let's see what the opponent has. 5 mana and still a single creature. That is very strange. And here we trade. This is of course a trap, but we get one extra card if the Matter Shaper dies and we prevent some damage. That's nice. What is this? The opponent has nothing? What? Put the card into your hand. Well. Pretty darn strange, guys. So let's... okay, Goodland Cemetery, just in case. No, gain life. Yeah, let's gain life. But the opponent might have Hixus, maybe? The Prison Warden? That's just so weird. What is he doing? He has 5 cards, 5 mana available. He is playing humans. The only thing that comes into my mind is that he has green cards and he hasn't found the mana. What's going on? He's not playing anything. What's happening? Questpale Abbey. and he gets one human right away. He didn't wait until we are on the attack. Well, that certainly is strange. So let's play the Oblivion Sour, so at least we get to see some of the cards of the opponent. Both of the Gatewatch, write down, that would have been handy before. Yoria's Champion, Relic Seeker, maybe this is an equipment deck. So let's hit for 2. If the opponent flips the Westvale Abbey, we run into trouble, but the tokens do not get the bonus from the Always Watching. And okay, a forest should be fine. We gain 3 and we drain for 3. So we did not hit any lands with the Oblivion Sour, but if the opponent... Okay, he can pay 1 to get 1 blocker. We deal 2 to the face. Declaration in stone, so we lose the Oblivion Sour. Perhaps the opponent is so scared of the Kindly Stranger that he's not dropping his creatures. That might be something. Let's first look out what we get out of the clue. Let's tappity tap with the colorless. Yes. What is this? Evolving Wilds. I think Evolving Wilds pretty much kills the opponent if we connect with the Kindly Stranger. Alright. Not the kind of plays that this deck is supposed to be doing, but victory is a victory. So if the opponent doesn't have some form of life gain at instant speed, he's dead. Nothing. He's at 3, we have 3 retreats, right? Goodbye, fellow. I don't understand your play, but alright. Goodbye. Thank you for the coins. Come on, 6 mana. Always watching. Declaration in stone. He was holding the declaration in stone all along. He sent his one guy to trade against our Kindly Stranger. That doesn't make sense. Alright, well, let's see if at least we gain using the retreats, but with the deathtouch. Okay, the retreats are fine, but we gain life, we drain life, but we want to do something dirty with them. Come on. Come on, we have to find something that we can do with them. Alright, this is... Okay, a random opponent. Okay, he has the slips. We have the caravan. We have the hissing quagmire as our creature of choice, and swell of growth to ramp a little bit. This might work. A little heavy on the land side, but the hissing quagmire counts as a potential creature later on. We have the cultivator's caravan that we might crew, and now we have the crit breaker to gain some advantage here. So we should be fine. Opponent with white and red vehicles deck. He's playing this dwarf. The dwarf lets him scry 2, very powerful, 3-1, and also crewing vehicles. So I think the opponent does not have a 2 mana vehicle, and we have the copter. It is so good. Okay, let's get the copter out. So next turn we can play the crypt breaker. We can play the caravan and the crypt breaker. Crypt breaker can be used to crew the smuggler's copter, but we tapped out for the swell of growth, but we are running out of time against this deck. This deck is too fast. Next vehicle the opponent has is going to run all over us. So we have to hurry. Kindly Stranger, real good because we are going to be discarding lots of stuff. So Cultivator's Caravan gets out, and the Crypt Breaker yeah, if the opponent crews with the motorist, not much that we are willing to use to block. So he's probably going to come at us with a powerful vehicle. So let's begin our process and let's try to find something, and of course to activate Delirium ASAP so we can use the Kindly Stranger to defend ourselves. Indeed is a the Obsessive Skinner. No, okay, let's send the Evolving Wilds down there. Yeah, we could ramp actually pretty hard. We have 4 mana available already. Soul of Growth may be used to ramp. We can get zombie tokens. So no vehicle, no vehicle. Wow. So it seems the opponent has no vehicles. This guy. This makes the creatures indestructible until the end of the turn. Now we get 5. We get hit for 5. So we can drop the Warped Landscape and Kindly Stranger. And we have a swamp here. That makes me not wanting to drop the Obsessive Skinner. So let's try to hit with the Sculptor and see what we find. We can discard using this guy too. Let's go ahead with this and this. What is it? Blessed Alliance. Oh no, we have to sacrifice this guy. But now we have 2. Alright, this one gets sacrificed. But now we have 3 card types in the graveyard, and we're going to be discarding. Discard. What to discard? Okay, Obsessive Skinner. Sorry, but Sayonara, pal. Okay, now Kindly Stranger, please get out. And well, we have to pay some more, so that weight goes on this guy. Woohoo! Well, somehow I think that's the best option. Of course, this Thopter Engineer gives the vehicles haste. Oh no! This one is going to kill Kindly Stranger. There's nothing we can do about that. And the opponent can crew the Sky Sovereign. That's 6 to the face. 7, and also killing the Crypt Breaker. Yeah, I don't know if we are going to tell the story, guys. Where are the retreats? We need to retreat to Hagra. Come on. Come on. Naturalize. From beyond. Yeah. This is not going to happen, guys. Alright. Yeah. Uh, God damn it. Is there something different? Yeah, maybe I should have tried to use counter on the Candy Stranger, so she would be a 3-4 protected from the Sky Sovereign, but anyways, this one deals another 3 thanks to the haste. And let's see, but at least we are taking down Factor Engineer. No, we are not taking down the Factor Engineer. Yeah, so this is a loss. Nothing interesting to play there. Let's try a final time. So, no retreats equals no winning. Well, we won the first time, but that was pretty silly. Let's see, an aggressive deck. I wonder if we are going to be able to stabilize here. So, I think the last game partly my fault because the initial hand I kept was too heavy on the lands. We cannot afford to run that many lands without more action to follow up. So here, well, we have the copter and the crypt breaker. So I think this is a go. Also death weight to fend off an aggressive start. Of course, the opponent might begin by killing our crypt breaker, but if he doesn't, I think we want to get a token instead. So far is red. We have the hissing quagmire now. So do we want? Yeah, well, we have to wait too much to get the Skinner. So let's get a token. No, let's just wait. If we are going to do that, we can wait to see until we see what the opponent is doing. And that's 2 reds and the Acom Stonewaker. And this apparently a ramp landfall deck. Let's take away the Skinner. We get our 2-2. And this is annoying, but might help the opponent's. So I wonder if I should use death weight now. Probably I don't. So let's attack with the zombie. So the opponent, to activate the Acom Stonewaker, has to pay 3. That means that he's not playing anything bigger or larger, should I say. So I think that weight can be used on something more interesting, because this is somewhat helping us. This keeps the opponent mana busy. So if he's not ramping, we are good. We can afford to take this 3 damage. We can also choose to block with the copter, but probably that's not a good idea. So opponent next turn might have something better to do with the mana. Another hissing quagmire. If I send the copter, do I want to discard? Yes, I think the bonds. Well, the bonds draws another card, but yeah, I think the opponent is pretty unlikely to have indestructible cards. Let's screw the copter. We hit for 5. Pretty unlikely the opponent wishes to block our 2-2 token, but I wouldn't mind if he wants to. Let's see, we are getting Nature's Way, pretty much better, and we throw away the Bonds of Mortality. That's another good reason to run this situational card, because if you don't feel like it's going to be useful, you can send it to the graveyard thanks to the copter, and 4 mana, of course. So here, the opponent attacking us with the token is fine, but we get... no, he didn't pay the cost, so he has a 4 mana drop here. No, he doesn't. So he has some form of spell to deal with the copter. So he might have 2 fire impulses or something of the sort. That means that playing this copter is a bad choice, guys. Okay, let's death weight this guy. And we are sending these 2. And we meet against a inner struggle. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So the zombie has killed himself, but we still have our zombie token. The opponent has no board, but he runs a Cumstone Waker. I wonder what is he having in store. This is kind of worrisome because that gives haste to next creature. And we can send the Cultivator's Caravan. If the opponent has another one of these, that's bad. We can send one of the Quagmires. I don't know, the opponent is too passive, this is too suspicious. I'm just sending in the zombie token. I'm not risking our powerful artifacts until the opponent does something. He has too many cards in hand. Full mana wide open. It smells like a trap. Let's see what he gets here. The Goblin Glory Chaser. Let's see, I think it is fine to take the 1, but he did not give the Glory Chaser haste. Yeah, that's something. So what's going to happen here is that we are going to take a nice look at opponent's cards thanks to the Oblivion Sower, and he has, well, exiling the Galvanic Bombardment is pretty damn good, and the Infectious lost 2. And now what? Do I send the copter? Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead with the copter. Copter goes in. So these 2 cards are going to be removal. So something happened as I expected. Let's just take a look. We don't need to want the swamp. Yeah, but making the opponent play his cards kind of prepares ourselves for next plays. Now the Goblin Glory Chaser is stuck there, and okay, the opponent left. Let's just continue and see what he had there. This gives haste to his guys. And Hungry Garrison might happen, but we have a very large blocker in case, so these kind of attackers are not going to get through the Oblivion Sower, and we have 2 powerful removal in our hand. The Firebird, problematic, but nothing to be too much, nothing to worry about. And Infectious Bloodlust on this guy. Actually, that makes us um, able to use the Winnoware to kill the bird. So otherwise we would have had to use the nature's way. So we can use this guy, kill this, and yes. So no problemo. And let's just crew with this guy. So otherwise I should have I could activate the Quagmire to crew the caravan, but now we are getting in for 7 damage. The goblin blocks either one of these, and yeah, other option was to give trample to one of them, but by the end of the turn it will have been pretty much the same damage to the face, I guess. But well, the Swiss wind might have changed. Yeah, I don't know. I think according to my first calculation, it wouldn't have changed much by the other play. Now we take 3, but the opponent has nothing to stop us from winning here. Yeah, we can even send the flyer. Get some boost to your power. And we can even kill the bird if we want to. But yeah, okay, let's try to hurry up. And well, no sign of the retreats so far. Pretty sorry about that, guys. So, well, this was interesting, but maybe we need more draw in the deck. I don't know. So I hope you have enjoyed. It didn't came out as I wanted to, but I'll keep trying to make some changes to the deck, and maybe we can add more draw cards, because that means that we get closer to the retreats, unless we get them all in the opener hand. That would be so fantastic. Yeah, midnight. Well, actually, speaking of the table, we have this one card. So this is expensive. This is an expensive enchantment, but it's going to let us draw an additional card at the beginning of the draw step. So also enlarges our hand. So that this can be used for many interesting things. And what else do we got on the same set? Disintegration. Yeah, a pretty decent removal spell. And that also happens to deal damage under some scenario. And all of the other these I already have. The Era of Innovation, very nice into a mixed hybrid energy artifact deck. Yeah. Alright, but that's it. Next time we're going to try to further modify the deck, give this more drawing abilities. I think maybe I should have exploited the Crypt Breaker much more, but we depend on the tokens to use the second ability. Yeah, maybe we can search for some zombie that we can try to put in this deck. We have to look at maybe yeah, well, we have this zombie beast that counts as one. There are some delirium zombies also that could be used. So I'm going to be listening to your suggestions, so don't forget to leave your comments. below the video, and until next time, sayonara. Where is that stop button?